I guess simply tell me about Accidentally on Purpose. I'll start off easy.
Oh, well, it's a very funny show. When I first read the script, it made me laugh out loud repeatedly, which I thought was a very good sign because I've been looking, the past 4.5 years looking to develop and find a great new show to come back to television with. And they don't always make you laugh out loud. And so I was very excited. It's about a girl in her later 30s. She's a film critic at a San Francisco paper, and who's been dating her boss, who's gorgeous and rich, and for a few years. And he takes her to the top of the Eiffel Tower. She thinks he's going to propose, and he gives her marzipan. Oh, she's seriously annoying. And I go to a bar with my girlfriend and my best friend. My girlfriend and my sister, and I end up meeting this very cute 22-year-old boy who I go home with and have a one-night stand with and end up pregnant. And he's like barely employed, lives in a van, and he wants to stay in my life to be there for the baby. So I don't want the father of my child living in a van, so he moves in with me. We don't even know each other, and we're keeping it platonic. So it's a whole lot of getting to know ya, and a whole lot of fighting the attraction, because he's just down the hall and he's really cute. And all kinds of stories come out of that.
Now, you've been married for a long time. Do you enjoy the concept of playing someone who's single and dating someone younger?
Well, always the fun of acting for me is you get to live these other characters' lives and find out, what's it like to be these other people separate from your own life.
But in real life, now you're pregnant just like your character on the show. How did you plan for that?
Yes. Once I found out the show was going to be on for the fall season, I turned to my husband and said, this is a good time to have another baby because my character is pregnant the whole first season on the show and I won't have to hide it. And luckily Mother Nature played along. And
do you think it's something in the water between Ashley and you both being pregnant and this lot is very fertile?
It's probably something on the calendar of our lives more than something in the water. But
you got, because Rita Rox had 2 pregnancies here.
Yeah. No, it's true. I think there's a baby boom going on right now, actually.
So are you happy now that you don't have to hide this pregnancy and you could just be like...
It is such a relief to just let my baby in my tummy be, showing. Because the first several episodes I really had to hide it because I was showing a little bit more than my character was. And so that was getting a little bit frustrating. And hiding it from the world. You want to get through the first trimester. And yes, it was very liberating to let my belly show.
Now I have to ask you, you did show something else in a few weeks ago with the grease, where you took the lipstick. Was that something you came up with, they came up with?
The writers came up with that whole lipstick in the cleavage bit.
Because I've never been able to do that, so I was wondering, was it hard for you? Well, I've never tried it.
Did it look that hard? It was not hard. My boobs have become enormous. So yes.
What can we expect from the character this season?
Well, there's a lot of, her just trying to find her way, being pregnant, and this guy in her life, and her job, working for her ex-boyfriend, who, sometimes does things professionally, out of spite personally. And so she's just from dating to having to fight for her job, to meddling in other people's dating affairs because she's not really dating now, so she tries vicariously dating through her friends, and that all goes awry. So there's and now there's the Christmas episode we're shooting it early, which has a cliffhanger in it that is very cool.
That sounds interesting, and I know you can't tell me anything.
I can't, but it's awesome.
Very cool. Now, did you ever want to be in journalism?
No, I was an entertainer from the get-go. From a very young age, I knew I wanted to be entertaining people.
So, did you do any research for the role?
No, but I think I've probably been around media enough to observe for myself, sort of different things, and reading a little bit of Mary Pohl's book. I'm halfway through. Plus what Claudia Lano, the creator of the show, has created for Billy. And then just putting in what I want to put in, too. I just use my imagination in combination with things I've observed.
Now, with the pregnancy, how is it working on this set being pregnant? How are you getting along with that?
I'm getting along mostly okay, but I do have days where I'm really tired, or hormonal.
Yeah, but...
It happens.
Yeah, but you would be that way even if you weren't pregnant.
I know. So, it's just, when you show up hormonal in the workplace and you're, holding back tears because it was a rough morning getting out of the house, sometimes that's a little bit embarrassing. But that's okay. I'm surrounded by lovely people who are like, oh, cry, who cares?
And luckily you have a comedy that you're working on. So
yeah,
there's plenty to laugh about.
Luckily, I have a good sense of humor myself.
And what about working with the cast? What are the guys like?
Fantastic people I work with. I mean, we're all buddies. We hang out. We watch the show together every Monday night. We like sort of circuit through, around each other's houses. Like one night it's at my house, next week's at someone else's house, and they're lovely, lovely people. And I love them very much.
Very cool. Thank you so very
Yeah.
much.